Hello everybody, welcome to today's class. We are just going to wait a little bit for everybody else to join. In the meantime, pop a message in the comments, say hi, tell us where you're watching from, and we will start soon. Oh, hi Megan from South Africa. Me too. See Susie's watching. Hi Susie, good to see you. Raksha's also here. Nice to see you as well. Judy's joining. Awesome. Good to see that everybody's in the comments today. Oh, hi Gwen. Oh, everybody's joining. Fantastic. Hello, Lisejo. And Kim is also in the chats. Cass is here. Okay, fantastic. I am going to get started, everybody. So, as you see up on my advert here today, we are going to be working on some wedding stationery. So we are working with the print and cut feature, which is one of my favorite features. I love it. Before I got into working with my Cricut, I was doing a lot of cakes and cupcakes, and that's why I got into the machine. And I spent a lot of time cutting out characters and things, and just using print and cut has saved my life. So we're just going to have a look at change the screen. Oh goodness, there we go. Oh, my bad, sorry. So we are working on little name placeholders. Then we have some table numbers, and then I also worked on these little thank you for coming cards, and then you can pop a hole on these and then put them on things like little gin bottles or whatever. But today I'm also going to show you how we can make a sticker for this instead of our little thank you cards, because this I think would be a really cool present for a to say thank you for coming to a wedding. I'm actually really excited about doing this because I am someone's maid of honor, and all the stationery that I worked on is actually for the wedding that I'm going to be maid of honoring at. Yes. So being the DIY girly that I am, I said, oh, I can make that for you. I can make that for you. I'm doing a whole bunch for you. I've got a mirror planned, and I've got a what's this, a sublimation magnets that she's wanting me to do, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of DIY, and I'm really excited about it. But stationery, it's fun, it's easy, it's simple. So yeah, let's get started with that. So can everybody see my design space? No, I don't think it's showing. What is going on here? No, can't see my design space. That is terrible. Let's fix that quickly. Sorry about that. Don't know why it is not coming up. In the meantime, I do want to say I've been so incredibly inspired by all of the wedding things that people have been posting. It's been so fantastic, and I mean, I've got my wedding coming up soon, and I'm really excited. I say soon, it's far away, have got no date set, so I'm really inspired by everything everybody is making, so that's going to be super cool. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. I sorted it out earlier, and now obviously the gremlins have decided to attack me this evening. But it's okay. We're gonna make do. Okay. There we go. I hope everybody can see my canvas. There we go. Okay, peace. Wonderful. Canvas is here. I hope everyone can see. Fantastic. So when you work with print and cut, one of the things we have to work with is the flatten feature. So we're going to start with our design. I'm going to add a shape. We're going to start with our name placeholders, and my name placeholders are 5.5 by 6. So you can either use this little arrow over here to resize, or you can come to this icon here and we can go with, we want to make it about 6 centimeters, and there we go. And if you want your proportions to be different, so for example, now we've got a square that's 6 by 6. If I don't want it to be 6 by 6 and like be the same number, I can unlock them here, unlock, and then we're going to make it 5.5. All right, fantastic. And I want my placeholders to be white. So there's the base of my placeholder. Now we're going to go here to images, and we are going to look for the vibe of their wedding is boho, leaves, and like it was very cute. We went to the viewing the other day, and instead of like bouquet of flowers, they're doing pot plants and succulents. It's very, very cool. So here's some leaves, but I feel they are too basic. Now these work really well if you're cutting iron-on and vinyl, but we want to do print and cut. So if you want more printable images, you can go here to the operation tab and you can choose print and cut. Then you're going to get more sort of realistic things that you can just print. So these are all the options. There's some really, really nice things. You can always find something on Google and upload, but Design Space, if you're paying for access, has some really beautiful options. So I love this. I think the detail with the leaves and these tiny little baubles is too cute. So we're going to zoom in and we're going to turn it around and make it smaller to fit to size. So keep in mind when you're doing this, we are going to fold it in half, so you don't necessarily want it to take too much space. Okay, just where we're going to put it for now. I'm going to go and duplicate it, and I'm going to turn it around. So the back's not going to have a name on it, but we don't want it to be plain, so we're going to put a leaf on it like that. Okay, and then we're going to add a text. I'm trying to think who's going to be there. Oh, I'm going to be there, so I'll put my name. I put all other guests on the ones, and then I just realized I'm also invited to this wedding. Right now, it is automatically on pen. We don't want it on pen. Why is it not giving us the option? Oh, the last project I was doing was a writing project. So let's have a look for a nice font. Okay, I mean there are actually some cute wedding fonts, so let's type wedding. Okay, culinary. Oh, I do love the culinary. It's so swirly and pretty. Very, very pretty. Let's see. Oh, Lana Jane. Oh, that is stunning. I think we're going to go with that one. And then you generally are able to choose the type you have. I mean, this one doesn't have the option, but some of your fonts have the option to have a regular font or writing font. This one just has the regular. And then we are doing just basic cut for now. Let me move that over. Oops. Okay. Alright, so that's sorted the basis of my design. But I kind of want to get a real feel for what it's going to look like when we cut it in half. So we're going to go ahead and look in shapes. Shapes has this line over here, and it's a scoring line. So it's hard to see there, it just looks like a line. But if you put it on your canvas and you make it a bit bigger, or we'll zoom in, it's actually a dotted line. So it's a scoring line, if you can see. So we are going to put the scoring line onto our design. We're going to go and rotate, edit, and we're going to rotate 90 degrees. Cool. So now we've got our scoring line and we want to put it in the middle of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the box or the square and our score line. And then there's a feature here called align. We can align and we can do it center vertically. So now we know it's going to be in the middle of our design. So now you can see already that that's just not in the right place. So we're going to move these things around just a little bit. Going to maybe make, yes, that looks nice. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to move the name a little bit in the center. Now see, we obviously have to make it smaller because we don't want it to be half on the back. Okay, that looks great. Then this one can stay big because the name is not going to be on it. I like that. Okay, so it didn't have to be too overly complicated. We've got our design sorted and we are happy. So what I'm going to do, I'm firstly going to make the score line a little bit smaller because I don't want it to take too much space on my canvas. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to select the design except for the score line. Okay, so there's my design. And then I'm going to go and choose basic operation. We're going to choose print then cut. And then you can go here to the bottom. There's a feature called flatten. There we go. So the reason we flatten it is because our machine needs to know that it's all one image and that we're going to print it together. So that is our first one. And then what we also now need to do, the score line needs to stay with our image. So we're going to say attach. All right, that's our first design done. Simple. Now we want to do the table number. So we're going to also do the same thing as we did before. We're going to add a square. And when I was playing around with this, I worked out how many I could fit on 2 pages because it just was more like sort of economical to do a lot of table numbers and fit them in the page. Just nothing worse than printing one thing on a page. Although what you could do is you could print a table number and then smaller designs. Anyway, so I worked out the size for this one is 7.2 by, width is 7.2 by 9.5. See, I made a mistake there. There we go. 7.2 by unlock that 9.5. Awesome stuff. So again, I want this white and I want this to have the same aesthetic as our previous little image here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text. See, I suppose I'm going in opposite order this time. Table. Let's do table. I've done 1 and 2. So 3. Although I've decided to go for a completely different vibe for these ones because I actually wanted to be able to choose. She said she was happy with the first ones, but you know what brides are like, they want their options. So we're going to, I think actually this would be very nice in a more subtle font, something a little bit more basic. What do we think of that? No, I want something a little bit thinner. I wonder if this one has a writing style. No, it doesn't. Okay, so something a little bit more on the basic side. Oh, even like this one. I like this. This is actually really nice. This is sort of more similar to the original design that I did. Table number 3. Cool. And then we're going to add our leafies. Please let me know if the rain is getting a little bit too loud. It's just started coming up again. I'll have to close my door. Okay, so we want the same leaves, the same vibes for this. Then what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to show you how you can get small parts of this design. Oh, sorry, my rain is getting loud. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, I am going to get going. I know not all of us have come back and joined. I think that some people have maybe moved on in life, and that's okay. They can come back and they can watch the recording at the end when we are done. I do want to get us started so I don't have you guys up too late watching all this crafty madness. All right, thank you for your patience. We are back. We are going to get moving and shaking. So we were busy with our design, so let's get back there. And we were busy slicing, so that's what I was talking about now. For anybody who did not see the first part, we designed already our name tag, and now we're getting on to our table number. So I was just showing you guys how to slice, how to slice these leaves, slice, and one more slice. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this part. Oh, actually, let's maybe move this in line, and we're going to make it disappear, and then we're going to delete this, and we're going to delete these parts that we're not going to need anymore. We don't want this part and this part. Okay, and then we're going to bring, there we go. Okay, I will say I'm not happy with this part. I feel like we need a little bit more leaves on that, so let's add another leaves. Oh, they kind of already there. Okay, print and cut, and we're gonna add our pretty little leafies here, spin them around and make them smaller. I think we should maybe turn them around because I don't want too much of it. Yeah. And we're going to slice. Delete. There we go, and then delete that little background. Okay, I'm pretty happy with my table design. Gonna add it together, group it all together, and we're going to flatten. Fantastic, we are happy. And then I said to you guys before that we're not going to do these circles. So these circles are quite nice. They follow the same principle as what we're going to do now, but instead of doing that, I want to do thank you stickers for our wine bottles. So, alright, I'm going to have to measure our wine bottle because I did not get there. We are measuring at, we are about 5 centimeters by 7.5. Okay, so my wine bottle is image 5 centimeters by 7.5, and we're going to follow pretty much now the exact same vibe as our previous design. I'm actually going to cheat here, so we're going to unflatten this because you can do that, and then I want to just select the text and copy it, put it there, and then we can flatten that again. Oh wait, unflatten, because now I've flattened the text. Silly me. Okay, now we can flatten. Alright, so I want to use this text, send to the back, and we're going to say let's do this. Let's do it in this font. Thank you. This is very pretty. Okay, make this small. For attending our wedding. Make it smaller, and then love, Nikita, and Carl. Okay, cool. So that's my text. I want that font actually. duplicate, love, Nikita, and Carl. Alright, that's much prettier. I love me some cursively pretty fonts. And then what you can actually do here, I don't like that spacing, we can edit, and if you go here to this more tools section, you can actually decrease your line space and make the lines closer to each other. Before I knew how to do that, I used to just let me show you, just because I think it's funny. Okay, so I used to actually just duplicate it like this and like that, and then have just two completely separate texts that I could move around, because I didn't know that you could change the spacing. But we live and we learn. Yes. Anyway, okay, and then we should align everything center. And then, do you know what I actually want to see? I found something earlier, leaves in print and cut. It's not going to match our theme 100%, but I do think it's really pretty. I found this, and it's a print and cut like background, and I thought it was really, really gorgeous. So I'm going to use it for the bottle, because I mean it's similar vibes. Send to the back. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Okay, what was our sizing again? 5.5 by 7.5. So to make this smaller, a lot of people do this where they like kind of squash it in, and actually it doesn't look terrible. But if you want, we're going to move that out of the way. We can duplicate this, and I want kind of that section, and then we can use our slice tool. Boop. There we go. Now I've got the background. Isn't that stunning? It is. Okay, send to the back, and then we're going to put this, we're going to turn it upside down. We're going to take this, and we're going to make it smaller to fit into our little pretty background over here. Oh, I love that. Okay, stunning. And then let's see, maybe the leaves would really tie this together. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. If we don't like it, we can just delete it. Alright, let's do thank you closer to the top. A little bit smaller. And then make this smaller. And then let's do this one, edit 90 degrees, boop, and flip. There we go. Okay, let's make it smaller, bigger, yes. Maybe we'll put that underneath, put that up there, rotate. Okay, I'm happy. I love it. It's stunning. And align center. Okay, fantastic. And then we're going to go and we're going to flatten. So you could have done this exact same thing. I want to do it as a sticker, but you can do this as like a little card, a little note, little circles that you put on the glasses. Absolutely anything that you want. So we're going to get started. And I'm going to show you now. It's going to say make. And now all three of these things are print and cut features. So they're actually going to put them all on the same screen like that. I don't want my thank you note to be on the same screen because I want it to be stickers. So I'm going to go out. No, I'm not going to go out. Actually, let me go out and make more. Yes, let's do 2 more of these because we don't want to waste too much space. Let's go 1, 2. Yeah. And then with this one, let's actually make table number 4, unflatten, table 4, and flatten. And then let's make another one of these, detach, and unflatten. And let's make this one 4. Okay, and we're going to flatten. Oh, without the score line. Boop. Flatten, and then attach a score line. And we are ready to go. Let us do this. I think we're going to start with what might be a little bit easier, and that is our knot stickers. Move, object. Maybe we want to fill, let's fill a whole page of these. How many do you think we can get? 1, 2, 3. Cancel. Let's come back for these, I think. Boop. Duplicate, duplicate, make. Okay, so now remember I said we are working with now our normal stickers and our cardboard, not cardstock. Okay, so we're going to take these, and you see these 3 little dots. You can press those and you can move objects to a different mat. This works the same way, by the way, if you're going... What? Did I move the wrong thing? What is happening here? I moved the... Oh, no, I didn't move the wrong thing. I need to now move these back to the other side. My bad. Okay, so if you are doing something like a vinyl project or an iron project and you want to move things around, you absolutely can. Just like that. So now I've moved these all on the same page, and then I've moved these on the same page. Table 4. I probably could fit more things in this, but I'm not too stressed. I'm happy with this. Okay, let us do this. We're going to start with our cardboardy stuff. So I just have some butterfly cardboard that works perfect. It's not too expensive. I'm going to put it into my printer. I have a Epson printer, but this works literally with anything. So you can add a bleed, you don't have to add a bleed. I like to use System Dialog because I just feel like I have a little bit more control over whatever it is I'm printing. I don't think you'll be able to see my System Dialog, but I just make sure that I'm printing from a high quality and that everything is in order. So that is fine. My print settings, I like to print to a fine quality, high quality, just so I know that it is going to, come out nice. I had big problems before with my printer doing, I think, what did I have before? I think I had a Canon, and then I actually didn't know you could change the settings and you can do high quality things and print better. So check out your printing settings. I think it does make a huge difference in your final product. If you're working with things like glossy paper, make sure you're choosing a glossy paper setting, otherwise it's not going to set properly. But your cardboard and your paper always print, relatively well. I don't think I've had a problem with that before. Glossy paper is its whole own mission. Okay, so I'm gonna get my mat ready. In the meantime, when you choose your setting, I choose flat cardboard when I'm working with something like a plain normal white cardboard. So flat cardboard. And now we're going to go to our mat. Okay, so when you are putting your papers down, you see that it printed with these funny little lines here. Those are your censor lines. You need your censor lines so your Cricut knows what you are, where to cut, basically. Alright, so I'm going to put it here in the corner. This is a new mat. If it wasn't a new mat, I would typically take my roller. I mean, we can go over it anyway. This is your brayer, not your roller. I don't know why I called it a roller. Anyway, and you can use it to brayer over your materials, and it just makes sure that it adheres nicely. I especially love to use that with my vinyl, just to make sure I'm not having any bubbles. Okay, so we're going to pop it in. Okay. Oh, do you know what I'm forgetting? I put score lines on this, so it's going to have an emotional breakdown now. So it actually will want to score. So we're going to take this blade out. Okay. And then this is a double scoring wheel. You can use a scoring stylus as well. But this I really like my scoring wheel. We're going to pop it in. There we go. And we are going to press play. And then once it's scored my little lines, then we will change on over to our normal blade. If you are doing wedding stationery, this print and cut feature makes a big difference, but then you can also do other things. So I've seen people use vinyl. So if, for example, if you've got a Joy machine instead of like a Maker or Joy Extra and you can't do print and cut, then you can do something like vinyl onto cardboard, or you can do vinyl onto acrylic. That can be really beautiful. I did see people do iron onto like fabrics, and I think that is absolutely stunning. So you can be really creative and come up with some really cool wedding stationery. It doesn't have to be this. I will say I love print and cut because I'm not saying it's easy, but there's minimal work involved. I don't have to weed, I don't have to do anything crazy. So it just, print and cut makes my life easy. I'm a huge fan. Okay, the scoring took like 2 seconds because it was 2 lines, but obviously if I had a full sheet, when I eventually get to doing all of this wedding stationery, it's going to score forever. So now I've changed over my blade, press play, and now it's going to get cutting. So it's going to do the whole checking the center lines thing and make sure that everything is in the right place. While we're letting that cut, I do have to show you. So this is a calibration sheet. Sometimes your machine will ask you to calibrate. If you have a new machine, you do need to calibrate. This is just so your machine can know, where to cut. It's going to cut on these little lines and give you instructions and tell you sort of, is it cutting on this line? It's going to ask you questions just to make sure your machine knows. So if you're having issues with your print and cut and it's not cutting in the right place, it's possibly because you need a calibration. Alright, so this is done. Beautiful stuff. When I take my things off the mat, I like to peel the mat away. It just makes sure that I'm not bending my cardstock. So I'm gonna do that. I made these quite small, but it's fine. They will work. Obviously did my measurements wrong because my original ones were a bit big, but it doesn't really matter because these I think are actually really, really cute. Anyway, so I was once having a class when I just became an ambassador. I had a class with Zelda, and Zelda said something that stuck with me. She said, rather bend your mat and like ruin your mat than bend and ruin your project, because you don't, especially if you're working with cardboard, you don't want bendy floppy things. Alright, so that's wonderful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get to using our stickers. I generally like to use the waterproof ones, but I'm going to go for something simple today. What I like about the waterproof ones, they have like holographic ones. Oh, I love the holographic, what's it called, sticker paper, and it comes with a laminating sheet. It is sort of, I would suppose, more advanced, but it's so stunning to work with, and it's actually not that hard. All you have to do is make sure you get the laminate sheet on really nicely, but I am a huge fan. So we're going to send this to printer, and we're going to wait for it to print. Can you print? It is sleeping. Oh, it's me that's sleeping. Am I sleeping? Oh, there it is. Okay, printer options, printer settings, and then I'm going to send it to a high standard, and we are good to go. Okay, fantastic. And then this is Cricut sticker paper. Oh, why am I typing Cricut? Pfft, silly me. Sticker paper. So you see all the sticker paper that Cricut has. I've already bookmarked the one that I always use. Alright, so we are going, oh, you guys can't see what I was doing. I didn't change the screen, my bad. I was showing you that I chose the printable sticker paper to cut, and now we don't have to use a scoring wheel because there's no scoring wheel. Yes, anyway, Did I press print? I don't think I pressed print. Give me a second. Send to printer. Oh, you see what the problem is? I have multiple printers. I chose the wrong printer. There we go. My bad. Okay, and print. There's the sound of my printer going. Wonderful. Okay, while that is happening, let's have a look here. So, our scoring wheel has done the hard work for us and has scored our little... I don't even know if you can see it. Whoops, there we go. No, you can't really see it. Anyway, it's got some scoring lines for us. So all we have to do is fold. So simple. Oh, love it. And this one, I'm gonna fold it. Gorgeous. Oh, I love these. These are so pretty. They are going to look stunning on the table. After the wedding, I'll post all this stuff. And then these, what we've planned to do is we've got little easels that we're going to put on the table. But, I mean, you can do anything. She's got her little pot plants, so she can stick them on the pot plants and do whatever she wants to do. But I love these. These are gorgeous. Okay. And our printing is nearly done. Oh, it just looks so much better in real life. I love it. Okay, so... Oh, I think we're going to have to print that again. Because I don't think so just have a look here. I don't think I put my printing paper in very well, and it hasn't printed the score lines, which means it's not going to score. So it's not a train smash. We're going to DIY that another day, and we're going to put another piece of paper in. Okay, let's try that again. Printed into printer. Oh, you guys want to see what I'm up to here. So we are sending it to printer, adding a system bleed. Use system dialog, add bleed. Brain didn't brain in that moment. Okay, printer options, printer setting, and we're going to set it to high. Settings. Okay, cool. Print. If you have a little bit of a disaster, like I've had here where I didn't print the printing lines, it is a little bit unfortunate. But luckily for me, they are squares, so I'm just going to cut them out by hand, and it's not a tragedy. But just, be prepared to make mistakes. It's going to happen. And it's not the end of the world. I made many mistakes when I first started out, and I was very stubborn and not interested in learning anything. I did not understand why we had to mirror, and I thought it was garbage, and I just didn't. And then I learned the hard way. So lots of materials and mistakes later, and here we are. Everybody makes mistakes, as Hannah Montana once said. Anyway, I feel like I've abandoned the chats today. I'm so sorry, everybody. Susie says mistakes make us stronger. I bought so much of that holographic stick stuff from that shop starting with the T. Oh. Okay, Susie. Alright, so something is not right. Let's just go cancel. I have a feeling I have put my settings wrong. Is it possible? What size is this? 21.5 by 27.9. Okay, this is cool. So I have completely forgotten the Cricut paper is American, and it is in letter size, not in A4. I set it to A4 because of the fact that I use a lot of paper and what's it called? Paper and glossy paper. I use a lot of glossy paper because I like to make chocolates. So I forgot that I had set it to that. So that is my bad. I make mistakes so you don't have to. Yay! Okay, so make sure that, so here I just chose material size for those of you who are confused by my epiphany here. Material size, I set it to A4 because I use paper, but this Cricut sticker paper is actually letter sized. You can see it on the front here. It says 21.5 by 27.9. That's my bad. Yes, but now you never have to make that mistake. Isn't that wonderful and exciting? Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah. Move object. Alrighty. Wonderful. Stunning. Okay, we're going to center printer for the final time. And use system dialog. Preparing to print. There we go. Printer options. Print settings. And fine. Last time. Print. Oh, there's not even paper inside. Getting ahead of myself. Cool. Okay, and print. Fantabulous. Fantabulous. And we're going to choose. Oh, I must have unbookmarked my sticker paper, but it's fine. Sticker paper. Yes, I unbookmarked it by accident. That's fine. Boop. Now it's bookmarked. And we are ready to go, people. Fantastic. I'm going to see what's happening. Yes, thank you, Lolly. I did realize that I did not change the paper to letter, and that is my bad. But I mostly work with paper, so I actually went into my settings. So there's actually a way you can go into your settings and you can change it permanently to A4 size instead of letter size, and that's what I did. And obviously, yeah, didn't use my brain in that moment, but it's okay, it's fine. Okay, so now we're going to go to our mat. Everything is ready for us to do our little print and cut. So some people would take this off. I am not going to, but if you wanted to, you could take it off with a heat gun. There's, no point in worrying about things like that. Otherwise, you're just never going to use it. And what's the point of buying something? So make sure that you're using your stuff. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. So I'm just going to check that it cut. Yes. Okay, fantastic. All right. Now, I have actually cut them all completely off the sticker paper. There we go. And let's see. Gonna pop those there for now. And we're gonna pop this on our bottle. Your little name tag, your table number, and your bottle. So I am incredibly happy with how these things have come out. They are so cute. So I really will encourage everybody. I know we've got our wedding challenge and some people haven't necessarily made anything for wedding yet, but I really think you should give wedding stationery a try. Give the challenges a go. You never know what you might win. And if you are feeling uninspired, go check out the challenge hashtag. So if you go check them out, you'll see everything everybody else has made, and I've seen some unbelievably stunning things. So go and check those out, enter the challenges, and give print and cut a try. If you do manage to give print and cut a try and do some wedding stationery, I would really love if you could tag me so I can check those out and just show you a little bit of Cricut love. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience today and coming back to join the class. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and stay blessed. Bye.